circumstances that came about me making this video. It's tough out here. Tough out here for a black person, it's tough out here for people of colour, but most importantly, we are talking about black people. We shall continue to talk about black people because we're treated unfairly. Posting on social media, posting what other people have already made, what other people have done, and repeating the same disturbing images to people isn't getting the point across as much as you'd like to think. You can sign as many petitions as you want, because there are tons out there. Simple Google, I'm going to put some in the description down below too that you can go sign. It takes 2 seconds tops. I know that a simple petition won't always make all the big difference, but it's showing that people have a voice. It's still years and years until we're at a point where we're all equal. Remember to educate yourself on what is going on in our culture. My generation should be the last generation to experience this inequality. Don't just go by what your friend said or what another friend said or your mum said, blah blah blah. Educate yourself. The whole world is at your fingertips and you're choosing not to educate yourself. And that's not just non-black people, that is every single person out there. You need to be able to recognize your privilege. You'll never experience the fear of not getting a job because of your name. Just remember that your privilege means that your life is not made harder by the color of your skin. You need to use your voice to help raise awareness. If you're in your group chats and you know this is going on and you choose not to talk about it, if you choose to say, oh, this is going to make everyone uncomfortable, you're helping the bad people. Call out your racist members of your family. Call out your racist friends for using the N-word. Call them out. If you've got loads of followers, use your platform, not just to repost, but speak. Make videos, speak, and talk to these people. They're more likely to listen to if it's your voice speaking. If you have the funds in your bank account and you can spare some change, donate to these causes, donate to people that are trying to get justice for these people that have been wrongfully murdered. Get involved. It's just not another Twitter trend. It's not just something that's trending at the moment. You've got to continue to be involved. For you right now, it's just in fashion. That's what everyone's posting, so you're posting it too. You have to understand that this is a way of life. This is something that you need to continue to post. You need to continue to talk about. You need to go to these things. You need to educate yourself, or else we're never going to move forward. If it just keeps going in and out of fashion, up and down, up and down. Next week we're going to be talking about Kim Kardashian, and next week you're going to be talking about how I want tanned kids with brown skin, curly hair. It doesn't help the situation at all. As a non-black person, you may not feel like you need to speak on the situation. If you know that there is something wrong going on, speak about it. Don't be afraid to get involved. If you keep letting it slide, that is just another generation that has lost, another generation that has lost, another generation that has lost, and they won't know what it's like to be equal. To all my non-black followers, counterparts, friends, mates, whatever, the discomfort that you're feeling seeing all these posts, seeing all this going on, is nothing compared to what it's like to be born a black person, and know that your life will always be considered less than until further notice. What I'm saying is speak up, let people know. It may not make the biggest change, but it's definitely a step forward. You have a voice and it is there to be used. You have freedom of speech. You will not be killed because of the color of your skin. You can walk into a store and not be followed around. Use your voice, because some of us don't have one. Just understand it's a continuous fight. If you choose to stop talking, you are not helping the situation at all. A simple repost does only so much. You'll have a decision to make. We can either move forward and keep going with this fight, or we can sit back and let these people keep winning. I'm using my voice, as you should be doing. Where do you stand? And that's what we want to know.
Hello, my name is Gift.
My name is Brian Catella.
I'm Olive. I'm Trudy.
Hey, I'm Vanessa Boris.
Hi, my name is Roberto, aka RN2.
Hi, my name is Naya. I'm 23 years old. Originally, I live in Canada, but I am currently in Australia for school.
Hi.
Hi, my name is PHILE.
Hi everyone, it's GRANDAD.
First things first, I just want to kind of express how what happened is not acceptable. It affected me, it really did hurt me, and it did actually upset me a lot to see not even just a black man, but a human in general. A human in general that has just been disregarded and destroyed and broken and murdered.
Injustices, we're supporting those who unfortunately are not able to be here to be heard. We're fighting for the right to be seen as people. We're fighting to stop the injustices, to stop people seeing our colour as something to be afraid of.
I think what's been happening recently has been absolutely tragic. Every time we look on the news, there's someone else who dies. There's so much abuse towards us for doing absolutely nothing. That's one thing about being black that's quite hard to digest, and we always have a target on our back.
It made me feel very demotivated, very scared, very cautious and anxious for my life, and I'm all the way here. It made me feel very upset that it's 2020 and there's all of this stuff still going on. But then I realised that just because it's 2020, it doesn't actually mean things have changed. Just because it's a different year, it doesn't mean things have changed. It's really highlighted to me and exposed to me the truth, state of the world, and the fact that people are not speaking up about it. Other communities outside the black community as a whole are not speaking up about it. Businesses are not actually really speaking up about it. It's just really exposed a lot to me. First time since I was like 6 years old, I've actually been a bit scared and cautious for my life just because of the colour of my skin, just because I'm a young black male.
I've had a lot of instances where I have been the only black girl in a setting, or I have had certain comments made towards me because of the color of my skin.
And this is why things need to change. All of this needs to stop. Today I'm going to be telling you a story in which someone was racist to me and my friend, unprovoked, out of nowhere. Like, I have so many stories, but I'm just going to share one with you. In secondary school, I was part of a choir and we had a show one evening and we had to stay after school. So obviously we got a bit hungry, so we ordered food. We were waiting for our food, me, a black lady, my friend who's also black, and one white boy. We're sitting on a wall waiting for our food to come, just sitting. This girl and her boyfriend, they're both white. They started walking and we see them, we know them. So we're kind of like, oh, hello, da-da-da. They didn't really respond to us. The white girl then goes straight to the boy and she whispers something in his ear. And then she keeps walking with her boyfriend. The white boy is then like, did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? And we're like, no, we didn't hear anything. And then he just says, she just called you a bunch of apes. She said you're sitting with a bunch of apes. And she kept walking, unprovoked. We're sitting down, waiting for food. And just because we're black, we're classed as a bunch of apes. Doing nothing wrong. My friend then goes up to her and is like, why would you call us a bunch of apes? Why would you say this? Da-da-da-da. I remember she said something like, oh, we all originate from apes. She saw nothing wrong in what she said. I kept on walking. And that's just one story out of a couple. And I know there are a lot worse stories.
I remember when I was like 6, 7 and we were doing portraits in school and everyone in my class was white. When I lived back in Plymouth, which is a very white town, like they said, the teacher said in front, they were like, oh, you're gonna have to do yours in a bit because we have to go to the shop and get your brown paint. And everyone laughed and it really affected the way I saw my skin colour.
For me, loads of things happen, but one particular, when I was at school, someone refused to shake hands with me because they said they don't shake hands with black people. And it's just those things that you have to put up with, especially when you live like predominantly with white people. Like, you just have to like be accommodating for them when you shouldn't have to be.
I've just had like loads of my white friends call me the N-word and like ask for like in the N-word pass.
It's just ignorance, and I think putting up with ignorance is just like the life of being a black person, a person of colour.
Being black is not always easy. I've experienced levels of racism from a young age, from threats to fighting altercations, all because of being black. Growing up where it's like, it's subtle racism, you know, them ones where you're gonna get people going out there and they say, oh, I'm gonna buy you a gollywog. It's mad, it's crazy, you know, the subtle racisms. And then even getting older, and now you're starting to notice, okay, cool, the police are looking at me sideways. It's not the life that we want as black people. We want to be free, we want to be a part of an equal society. Are we gonna get there? I don't know.
People are gonna target me, and it's crazy because I was walking home last night at 3 a.m. 2 people pulled up in a car. I was already a bit cautious just because I don't, like, there's a car walking on the street, but now maybe I'm moving a bit parallel. Let me just keep on walking, you know, I need to get home anyway, so let me just keep on walking. And then the car came and it stopped about 20 meters behind me and it said, oh, where's the other 2 guys? I have not been on the street with anyone for a good hour. I was indoors talking to a friend, socially distancing, but talking to a friend. And just that simple question made me think, am I going to have to run? Is my life in danger here? And no one should have to feel like that. I've walked back home at 3 a.m. in London and different cities and in Leicester all the time. That one instance after this whole movement and everything that's going on, I feel scared for my life at times, and it's made me very, very anxious of my surroundings, overly anxious of what I'm doing and the people around me, how people are looking at me. I'm starting to notice, I don't know if it's always been like this or it's just because of what's going on, people look at me funny when I'm not even doing anything. People look at me in disgust and screw faces when all I'm doing is minding my business. I'm walking somewhere, I'm not even making no noise, I'm not playing music out loud or nothing like that, I'm not being antisocial or anything like that, but you're still looking at me with disgust, like I'm doing something, like I'm hurting you, like I'm bothering you. And the only thing that could be bothering you is probably me being black. That's just how it's made me feel.
I remember when I was in school, like in my undergrad, I live originally in Toronto, but I went to school in the outskirts of Toronto. So, you know, the further you get away from the city, the more white people are around. It was the first day or second day that I had just moved there, and I went to the store to to grab something, and on my way back, like, I lost my way. I have a really bad sense of direction. For some reason, I did not have my GPS, I didn't have nothing, and I just needed to ask for help. So I see this older white couple in their garage, they're just chilling, and I see they also have a big dog, and I was really scared of dogs at the time, and I asked them, I'm like, hey, like, I just have a question to ask you, but I'm really scared of dogs, so can you, like, you know, make sure your dog doesn't attack me? They didn't move, they didn't say nothing. They're just like, what's your question? I'm like, I'm new to the neighborhood, I live on this street, but I can't seem to find my way. The woman is like, no worries, I'm gonna drop you off. So I'm like, all right, no problem, like, thank you so much. So I get inside her car. Before she closes the door, she looks at me and says, but please don't rob me. And I was like, please don't rob you? Like, why would, what would make you think that I would rob you? That was in 2014. Being Black, honestly, even in 2020, is always constantly being reminded that there are stereotypes associated, there are preconceived notions and false facts, okay? And stereotypes that have been associated with the color of your skin, and consistently and constantly being reminded of that.
Once I was at work and this guy came in and he was like, you girl, get me this, get me that, girl, come here. And I was like, okay. And then he went and talked to my co-worker who's like, same age, same attitude, same whatever. The only thing different was the skin colour, and he was like, oh sweetheart, could you do this for me? Oh, thank you so much, what an angel. And I was just like, I knew, you know, I knew. And do you know what annoys me? Right now, we need to be saying Black Lives Matter. So why are people making all lives matter? Yeah, all lives matter, okay? We know that. But, like, you don't go to the hospital and you're like, my leg's broken, can you please check every other bone inside my body? We know you need all your bones, but right now we need to focus on this one. We need to focus on this, and we need to make this better, and we need to make this stronger.
Positive note, what we love about being Black.
I'm proud to be Black.
I'm proud to be Black.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
I'll never wish that I wasn't Black.
I love our melanin.
What I love about being Black.
I'm so happy to be seeing so many Black people and so many people of my culture, and you know, the culture that I love and the culture that I'm a part of, just sticking together and fighting for a better cause. That's something I've got to say that I love about Black people. In times of adversity and struggle and all the division that we've been through and the breaking down and bondage that we've been through, we still make sure to come together and fight as one body, as one people, and fight for the better cause. And I know that we're going to come out on top and come where we are respected in life and in this world, you know, because that's what we deserve. And we are people of power, people of strength, and we will do what we need to do.
I'm personally from South Africa. We're diverse in shade and skin tones. All are beautiful and all must be celebrated. We're diverse in culture because you can find Black people all over the world. We inspire. Our community is seen as an inspiration in the music industry, in the film industry, in the dance industry, in fashion industries. Everywhere you look, you can see a touch of the Black community. We're there when we're needed. We're there to support those who require us, whether we're supporting Black-owned businesses, whether we're supporting Black Boy Joy and Black Girl Magic, supporting our younger generations and encouraging them to be proud to be Black. We're such an important culture, and that needs to be remembered.
Since recently moving to Manchester, I've met a lot of people like me. It's really changed my outlook on myself. I came home from Manchester and my brother was like, you're a lot more Black now. And I was like, I feel the best I've felt. I do think as Black people is powerful. I think Black people can come together and create something really beautiful and a family that makes me feel so warm.
Africa, from the Caribbean, Black America, across the world, just the different cultures that we have. I also love the fact that Black people have had impact in culture, in society, in sports, in music, in politics, just in all genres.
And for us, because we're Zambian, like the culture, it's just like, you just don't get it anywhere else. It's just fun and we're original.
Like the culture and like
music,
being very like unique.
Hairstyles, everything.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be Black because to me, Black is excellence, Black is power, Black is beautiful, and Black is love.
When I think of being Black, I used to not embrace it as much as I should. I used to think of myself as different and not as good because I was brought up around white people. Now I am powerful. I am like caramel dipped in honey. I think about my ancestors and how powerful they were. I'm wishing I had embraced it younger, as a younger girl.
One thing that won't change is the pride that I have in my own skin. I'll never feel like, oh, I wish I could be white. This right here, what I see in my fellow brothers and sisters, we're beautiful.
How can I not love the culture? I mean, everybody loves the culture, even when they're not Black. I mean, there's so much beauty, the simplistic nature of it, whether it's how we dress, how our hair defies gravity, the complexion of our skin. We are spread across the world. When I go in the sun, I tan and I get a little bit darker and I look amazing. amazing. I love how yellow looks on my skin. I love how colour is beautiful. I love that I can slap on a head wrap and still be the baddest bee ever. My curves were all made by my ancestors. I love that one day I can be with cane rolls, the next day I can have twists, one day I can have an afro. I love how we unite and we come together. It's extremely hard and we didn't expect to be where we are, but here we are being strong as ever. That's what I love about being black. Unity.
You know, we need to stick together. We need to stay as how we are and stay fighting for what we do and stay together, because that's the only way that we're going to get through this. Do what you can, do anything you can, even if it's just a message like this. I'm just happy that we are just doing what we can.
But I think that as black people, no matter what, be super proud of the color of your skin, because the only reason why they hate us so much is because low-key, they love us so much.
Black is beautiful.
And that's that. No one can ever tell me different.
I just love being black. I think that's all I really have to say.
I am a proud black woman.
Black is beautiful.
Black lives truly matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
I really do believe that Black lives matter.
Black lives matter. Black futures matter. Black children matter. Black girls matter. Black people matter. And I will scream it from the top of my lungs until it gets into every single person's head.
I just hope everybody stays safe.
Stay safe.
Stay home and stay safe.
Stay safe.
Love who you are.
Keep being you. Keep being black. And at the end of the day, we are fighting the good fight for the next generation.
That's it. It's been your boy. I'm out.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. You can shoot me with your words. You can cut me with your lies. You can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, I'll rise. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain, I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, there I go.